handsome and thoughtful and kind and very patient and very understanding and always helpful and loving. He's very loving and funny. Yeah, he's funny for sure.
Dancing in the dark, middle of the night.
She's beautiful and funny and all these things that I would want in a girl, and within the first few, month and a half that I hung out with her, I knew that she was special to me. So.
And asking you to do what you've been doing.
Freeman and I met. My sister Heather and Bumper tried to set us up, and it didn't work the first time around. But the second time we met.
We actually met through her sister Heather and one of my friends Bumper. I think they kind of tried to set us up on a little date where we all kind of went out together.
The first time we met, we were at Sierra Gold. It was in a bar, and I took his number and never called him.
I ended up getting her number. Well, she actually gave me her number and then never called. So she kind of offered the number, and then I never heard from her again.
He had his head down and was on his phone the entire time. And I didn't know he was going to be there, so I was with a friend of mine that was a boy.
And then a few weeks later, actually I would say a month and a half later, we met up at Bumper's house again. We went to where she worked at Flow and Tide. And they tried to set something up, I think, again, and then just kind of went from there.
And then the second time around, it was also in a bar. But we left and went to a barbecue at Bumper's house, and haven't spent very much time apart since, actually.
I can keep it all in. And if you ask me why I've changed, all I got.
Yeah, he says I asked him out, but I don't remember it that way at all.
Like who asked who out? I would say that Kim asked me out first. I'm sure she told you a different story, but.
He asked me out. And we ended up going to dinner at La Familia on a Wednesday night. And I think that's probably one of the few times he's taken me out for Italian. I don't get there very often.
We always go back and forth on who asked who out, but I can actually give you the story that happened. We were on the couch at Bumper's house. We were watching Dane cook, and we were just kind of sitting there, and she just looked over and asked if I wanted to go to dinner sometime. So yeah, I told her I'd call her and that we would go out. And then the actual first date was I picked her up at her house. We went to La Familia, and I think she had the pasta primavera, and she seemed a little nervous. She was talking and quite a bit and stuff like that. And I got to learn a lot about her actually on that first date, which was kind of nice. So.
It just does something to me.
And then when dinner was over, he took me home and dropped me off and didn't kiss me goodnight and asked me if I wanted to have coffee again on Thursday. So.
I don't think we have different stories on the first kiss. We don't totally agree on when it happened. I think it was. She says I didn't kiss her for a week, which is a little crazy, I think. But
yeah, he didn't kiss me for over a week. Yeah, it took him a really long time. He kept calling, and we'd go have coffee, or we had breakfast Sunday morning at Bumper's house when there was the football. And we just hung out there all day, and yeah, he kept calling and kept coming back, but he didn't kiss me for a long time.
I think that I kissed her on the third date, if I remember right. But I think it happened, and then we never talked about it, really, until like maybe almost a year later, someone said, "When did you guys first kiss?" And we were both like, "Whoa, I don't exactly remember." So.
He does a lot of things to try to embarrass me, and they usually work. He has a little dance that he does for me a lot, and I can't even look at him when he does it because it looks funny.
The most embarrassing thing Kim does is she falls a lot. She's fairly clumsy, which she knows is kind of an ongoing joke. And I think one time we were at the gym, and she actually got into the elliptical machine, which is one of those things that you kind of kick in. And she actually physically got stuck, which is almost impossible, I think, and yelled at me across the gym. I had to come carry her off the elliptical machine and set her down because she physically got stuck there. So.
My biggest pet peeve about Freeman is that he will never sit still. always busy. He could never sit down for 20 minutes. I could lay on a beach for 2 hours and we're there for 20 minutes. And he's up and ready to go and ripping me off my blanket. I just want to lay longer. But that's all. I suppose if that's as bad as it gets, I'll be lucky.
She's always freezing cold. She is in the house. I like to set the temperature at 70 degrees. Try to keep it at one spot. And she's always freezing. So one time, I grab her and I take her to the room and I put this huge snow jacket on her and a big helmet with goggles and everything else, and her mittens and everything. And the deal was she had to cook dinner in it, and she was going to be freezing cold. And if she did that, then I would turn up the thermometer a little bit. So.
Now I'm painting the house and I'm mending the fence. I guess I gone and lost.
Well, she better say the 49ers or the Sparks Railroaders or the Nevada Wolfpack.
Killing myself and I'm feeding the dog, sacking the trash. It's honeydew this.
Oh, I think she'd put it on. I think she'd put it on if she loved me, and I know she does, so she'd wear it for the interview. I mean, if I asked her to, yeah.
Absolutely no. Stop the interview, please. Turn off the camera. I love the Oakland Raiders and also the Reed High School Raiders.
She said what? Come here. Sit down. We're going to cut this out and edit it again. Sit down. Okay, he's going to ask again what your favorite football team is, and you're going to give him your honest answer. Come on, look at the helmet. Do the right thing here.
My favorite football team is the Oakland Raiders.
I don't know any Raider fans that aren't criminals. Yeah, figure it out, Kim.
No.
Get the right answer. Look at the helmet you have on right now.
I was not going to wear this helmet during the wedding video.
It's fun. It is fun. I'm a football coach. It's fun. Just do it. Put it on.
I'm not saying it.
Please.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
Yeah, I sobered up. Now I got to thinking, girl, you ain't much fun since I quit drinking.